Welcome to my channel USA Battle Zone. Today, I'm going to share with you one of the most painful and shocking experiences of my life. This is not just a story, it's a journey that tore apart my family, tested my soul, and forced me to decide between love and pride, truth and betrayal. Please listen closely, because what I'm about to reveal may sound like a movie, but every word is real. It all began on a bright summer morning, the day of my sister's wedding. The air was heavy with perfume, laughter, and the sound of cameras clicking. Guests in elegant suits and flowing dresses poured into the grand hotel ballroom, the place decorated with white roses and golden chandeliers that glistened like stars. My sister looked like a princess, radiant in her gown, her smile as pure as the vows she was about to say. I was proud of her. She had always been the golden child, the one who never disappointed, the one who followed every rule, the one who carried our parents' dreams like a crown on her head. I was different. I was the black sheep, the stubborn one, the son who walked away from our family's fortune because I wanted to build my own life. My father never forgave me for that. Still, I thought today would be different. I thought, just for one day, he would set aside the bitterness and see me not as a failure but as his son. I was wrong. As the ceremony ended and the reception began, the guests were invited to raise their glasses. Then, my father stepped forward. His voice boomed across the hall as he held up a velvet box. Inside was a check, folded crisp and clean, written for $2 million. The crowd gasped, clapped, and cheered. Cameras flashed. My sister's eyes widened with tears of joy. My father turned to me, his face unreadable, and said in front of everyone, "Son, I want you to take this gift. For once in your life, make the right decision. Be a man and accept it." The room went silent. Dozens of eyes were on me, waiting for my reaction. The weight of expectation crushed my chest. I looked at my father and then at my sister. My heart ached. I wanted to say yes, to end the war, to finally please him. But deep inside, something screamed no. I shook my head. My voice trembled, but it was firm. "I can't take your money, Dad. I don't want your gift. I just want your respect." The silence turned into whispers. My father's face darkened. The veins in his neck bulged as he slammed the box shut. "You ungrateful brat," he roared, his voice echoing against the walls. "You shame me in front of everyone. You refuse me. Do you even know what you're doing?" I tried to explain, but he didn't let me. His rage boiled over, years of anger unleashed in one terrifying moment. He stepped forward, his hand raised not to offer but to strike. The blow landed across my face like fire, and before I could react, he pushed me so hard I stumbled backward, crashing into a table. Plates shattered. Gasps filled the air. I felt pain shoot through my ribs as glass cut into my skin. My vision blurred, and I heard my sister scream. Security rushed in, but before they could reach him, my father lunged again, his fists pounding against me. The crowd stood frozen, too shocked to move. I blacked out. When I opened my eyes, I was in the hospital. The sterile white ceiling stared down at me, the beeping of machines steady but cold. My head throbbed, my body ached, and when I tried to sit up, a nurse gently pressed me back down. "You're lucky," she whispered. "You could have died." Tears stung my eyes, not because of the pain, but because of the man who had caused it, the man who was supposed to protect me. My own father had sent me to the on the happiest day of my sister's life. As I lay there, memories flooded back. The times he belittled me for not joining the family business. The nights he reminded me that I was nothing without his wealth. The years of silence between us, broken only by his insults. And now, this. My sister came to see me, her wedding dress stained with tears. She held my hand and whispered, "Why couldn't you just take the gift? Why did it have to come to this?" I looked at her, my voice hoarse. "Because love shouldn't come with a price tag. Because respect isn't something you can buy. And because I needed to prove to myself that I am worth more than his money." She cried harder, torn between her loyalty to me and to him. I could see the war in her heart. That was the cruelest part. Our father hadn't just hurt me. He had poisoned everything around him. Days turned into weeks. The story spread through whispers in our community, painted by gossip and twisted by lies. Some said I was foolish to refuse the money. Others said I was brave. But the truth was, I was broken. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I kept replaying the moment over and over, wondering if I could have done anything differently. My father never came to see me. Not once. Instead, I received a letter. A single sheet of paper, his handwriting sharp and cold. You are no longer my son. Do not return to this family. I stared at those words until they blurred. My heart shattered, but then something else sparked inside me, a fire I didn't know I had. If he didn't want me, then fine. I would build my own life, not with his fortune, but with my own hands. I left the hospital, weak but determined. I worked harder than ever, picking up jobs, saving every penny, fighting for every opportunity. I refused to let his rejection define me. Slowly, piece by piece, I built something real. My own company, my own name, my own future. Years passed. I heard from relatives that my father's health was failing. Still, he never reached out. Not a call, not a message, not an apology. My sister tried to mend the bridge, but the river between us had grown too wide. Then one evening, I received a message. My father was on his deathbed. For hours, I wrestled with the decision. Should I go? Should I forgive him? Or should I let the past bury itself with him? In the end, I went. When I entered the room, he was frail, his once strong hands trembling. His eyes, once sharp with pride, were clouded with regret. He looked at me, his lips quivering, but no words came out. Only tears. For the first time in my life, I saw him not as a tyrant, but as a broken man. And in that moment, I chose not to hate him. I held his hand and whispered, I forgive you. He squeezed my hand weakly, and with that, he took his final breath. I walked out of that room with tears streaming down my face. Not because I lost a father, but because I had finally let go of the pain he caused me. My story isn't about money or violence. It's about the courage to stand up for yourself, the cost of pride, and the power of forgiveness. If you are watching this, maybe you're struggling with family, maybe you're torn between love and respect, maybe you're haunted by wounds that never healed. Let me tell you, you are not alone. Your worth is not defined by the gifts you accept or the approval you earn. Your worth is in your heart, your choices, your strength to rise even when the world tries to break you. So I leave you with this: love fiercely, stand tall, and when life knocks you down, rise stronger than before. Thank you for listening to my story. If it touched you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we can turn pain into power and heartbreak into healing. This is USA Battle Zone, signing off. Until next time.